Destroy All Humans, Path of the Furon reminds us of the holidays. Unfortunately, it reminds us of Uncle Dennis, who used to show up unshaven and smelling of bourbon every Christmas, called Grandma a slut at the table as a joke, then go home early to watch a fuzzy black and white TV. It doesn't know how it should look or behave, it can't tell crass insult from actual comedy, and it's perfectly fine being behind the times technologically. Destroy All Humans, Path of the Furon's open-world gameplay is just good enough to demonstrate how good the game could have been, but definitely isn't. Crypto has all his trademark abilities. He can read or control humans' minds, throw things psychokinetically with his brain, and freeze time. Add that to a huge arsenal of handheld weapons and a flying saucer that can level entire city blocks, and you have an alien who is well equipped to dominate the world via all sorts of different missions. And it starts off with Crypto facing off against 70s mobsters in a Vegas-type city before moving on to fake Hollywood, China, and beyond. Which means fun for you, right? Wrong. Most of Crypto's fancy weapons are redundant, useless, or just not as good as your basic weapons. The open world is unneeded because there's really not much to do other than the clearly marked missions. Speaking of which, the missions fall into only a few categories. Shoot these dudes, bring me back this many whatevers, melt this building, escort this guy somewhere, and become redundant too quickly. And the mini-games you're forced into unlocking to find new landing zones for your saucer remind us why this is worth our time. Unfortunately, Destroy All Humans, Path of the Furon also seems to be suffering from, and I quote, "It's 4 months from being close to finish, but let's put it out anyway and put it out of its misery." It's all just a little too lo-fi for a 360 game, and it's also packed with graphical glitches, choppy movements, buildings that pop into existence suddenly, blurry textures, and just general sloppiness. This brings us to the humor. There really isn't any. Destroy All Humans, Path of the Furon's awkward, sluggish-paced cutscenes are obviously aiming for dark, humorous satire, but they usually miss the mark completely. Instead, we get self-moronic, politically offensive tastelessness, if not straight-up racism. Even if one joke makes you smile, the next 5 will contort that smile into a pained grimace. Right about now, you may be thinking, well, perhaps the multiplayer modes will still be worthwhile. No, they aren't. They're just mini-games. Avoid this one unless you're a sucker for dick-headed aliens. The Path of the Furon leads straight to disappointment.